Start the recording. Good. So, I have done something here last time, which is turn this these drawers into a shulker box so that there's more space for stone essence. However, it didn't really do much while I was away, even though this is now a force loaded chunk. So I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, this means we can make some more viridium for the greenhouse. The greenhouse has also changed since last time. Let me quickly show that off, because that's part of the plans for today. We have now a little bit of a wall. This is gonna be the wall for the first level of the greenhouse. We're gonna have 2 levels in this middle circle section and 1 level on the outer sections right here. And it should look pretty nice in total. Here we have one of the walls finished, so to speak. This is what's gonna be all the way around. It should look kind of ornate, yet with a big simple glass window nonetheless. And for this wall structure thing, we need a lot of stone essence to make viridium. So that's what I've been growing in this shulker box here. We also need a little bit of copper essence, but we need a lot more stone essence than we do copper essence. We just put the copper essence in the middle and then the stone around it. And that makes the viridium. We need a little bit more copper. Alright, and that's basically it. Whoops, that's not the one that we need. Like so. And then we take these viridium blocks and turn them into layered viridium mostly. And some of it we turn into viridium pillars. That should set us up nicely for building. We also use white stained glass and white stained glass paints. I've been making those with bone meal and glass basically, so I just take a bunch of cactus, put it into my composter by hand, like so, which makes us bone meal of course, and this bone meal I then turn into white dye and combine it with glass. Easy as that. It just is a little bit of manual labor. I could also put in an input and an output chest for the composter. Then I wouldn't need to do this by hand, but it would take about the same time, so it doesn't really save that much in total. Yeah. Continue with the cactus. And each stack of cactus will give us about 4 bone meal, sometimes more. So this time we've been lucky and we've gotten a few extra. I didn't really measure this mathematically, I just measured this from experience once. So the true mean could be somewhere in the middle around those. Yeah, so this time I had 4 stacks of cactus and I got 20 bone meal, so we got slightly more actually. Now what we do is we turn this into white dye. Meanwhile the cactus replenishes automatically, and we just take some glass, which is down here. Yeah, let's take all of those and make, on the one hand, let's directly make some white stained glass out of it. Then I think we can also still do this and dye these. Yeah, exactly. So then we made the most out of the dye and the blocks and stuff. Right, and we will keep it like that for now and see what we need for building and stuff. So that's the one thing we're gonna do today, is continue the greenhouse. Gonna make some pretty visible progress, I hope. And then the other thing is, in this factory over there, I want to make a Shulker box machine. So we're gonna take care of that a little bit into the stream, once we have placed down some blocks for the greenhouse. Once we get bored of this, essentially. And for building we're gonna use our trusty old steed, not the horse, also not the skeleton horse, since last time I've gotten myself a skeleton horse. No, I mean this thing. And I gotta switch the F5 perspective. And then we just build. Yeah. So with all of the explanations out of the way, it's just basic building right now. Of course, these are not vanilla blocks, these are blocks from the create mod, but I really like the teal green that these blocks give us, so I'm pretty glad that we have them. So these windows are too wide, so we're not gonna do these ornaments here, we're just gonna straight up connect them, whoops, not like so, but like so, which makes them appear a little bit taller than they actually are, because they are taller in comparison, because the ornament kinda shrinks them downwards, but that's fine. Then we use glass panes for these. We only use the glass blocks for the curves and diagonals pretty much, because it's a little bit awkward to connect glass panes over curves and diagonals, and the effect doesn't really matter as much on curves and diagonals anyway. But on the straight lines, here you get a nice depth effect if you use the glass panes, so that's why we're opting for those. And on the curves it just doesn't matter as much, because depth goes a little bit wonky on the curves anyway. We would need to sacrifice a lot of space to make them really inset. I don't wanna do that. I wanna continue as normal, basically. So that's why we're gonna do that. Alright. So mirrored from the other side, same design basically. Then we're gonna have one of these pillar columns over here. And yeah, in situations like this, the quadrocopter is really invaluable, because it makes building a lot easier. Otherwise I would just build up an entire pillar and then jump down, take fall damage, build up again, jump down again, take 4 damage. This way I don't have to do any of that, and I can just fly up and down as I see fit, which is nice. So if you got the mod Immersive Aircrafts installed, get yourself a quadrocopter for building. It's really nice. It's basically creative mode flight, but cheap. You can also achieve creative mode flight in this mod pack in other ways, but this is a really cheap one. Sure, it costs fuel, but we got kind of infinite of fuel. We just have to regularly check back to base to get it and put it into the vehicle. But other than that, this is a pretty good deal. Okay, so for these rounded windows they are large enough for us to put the ornaments in again, so we're gonna do that. We basically only leave them out wherever they don't have enough space. Otherwise I want to have I think they look kind of like arches, and that's what I want to do, like really small arches. And then especially with how the roof is gonna be, it's gonna make a lot of sense, I think. But it's gonna take us a little bit of time to get there. I think I want to finish the first layer before we get to the roof sections of these outer parts. So right now we just continue with these circular sections. Alright. So yeah, as you can see, this is taking a lot of Viridium and it grows back very slowly. So it's good that we have a backup plan for building the machine later, and this later is gonna probably be very soon. Right, but as of now we can continue doing this. Oh whoops, that is one too short over here and one too short over here. And actually I want to take these down again, up, because this is where our arches are gonna be, like so, then a glass block here, then a glass block here, and then the connection above. Right, and then the same thing on the other half right here. This is a complicated enough design so that I actually need to I actually have a lot to talk about during building it. And also something that I forgot, we're also gonna make a social media post real quick. Hold on. Copy link. There we go. Then over here. Aha, okay, blue sky seems to be down. Well, okay, then no social media posts for me. Okay, then we gotta make the best of what we have. And just stream like so. But yeah, the curved wall also looks quite nice, I will say. This is just the center marking pole. This is how high I pretty much expect the building to be in total. I might have to go up more, because I made the first floor pretty tall, and I'm gonna make the second floor, I think, pretty much exactly as tall as the first one. So that's the deal. Oh no, I think my internet is gone. Okay, I think it might be back now. Let's try blue sky again, then maybe that was just my internet. Yeah, that was just my internet, okay. So let me make the post. Minecrafting right now. Building a greenhouse and a shulker box maker machine. Post. Alright. Then that's good. I think the stream is still running, so that's good. Let me check real quick over here. Yeah, we still seem to be live and everything. But it says it's unstable, so maybe I'm having some internet trouble right now that I unfortunately can't do very much against. So we'll just see how that goes. I think it will improve anyways. We're gonna need more pillars, because the pillars are out, and these circle sections mostly use pillars. So let's go back and get ourselves some pillars. Let's see, how many did you make in the meantime? 21, okay. It's not the worst, not the best. I want these please to turn into Barium pillar. Thank you very much. Alright. And then we're gonna sleep real quick. Nice. Alright, let's repair that thing. And let's keep going. It's amazing how much walls are doing to make a building feel complete, even though it is completely empty and stuff. Like, if you put down the base and the floor, it looks like a project. It doesn't look like a building yet, it looks like a construction site, basically. Which it is at that point. But as soon as you put down some walls, it really feels more whole and together, even though you don't have a roof on it yet or anything like that. It just ties the whole thing very well together. Even if it's just a partial wall, even if it's just a tiny bit of a wall, it really does a whole thing for the whole look, where it looks more complete, more so than it actually is, which I find very nice and pleasing. Alright. Yeah, you see what I mean? It just looks like it's... It is easier to envision the whole thing as a whole thing, and that's pretty nice. Yeah, I think let's just continue down this way. So we got more pillars here. Again, this time without the ornaments, so it's gonna look a little bit taller, which is honestly good because it breaks apart the monotony a little bit, even if it is a fake effect, so to speak. But it works out in our favor, so I'm not gonna complain. And then we need this thing here, and then that's where we are out of pillars again. Right. Then the panes. So yeah, in this building we're gonna have lots of different plants, some that make more sense in a traditional way for massively producing them, and some that I just need for my aesthetic purposes that are a little bit more out there. We're gonna make all kinds of flowers, paper, some of the mystical agriculture stuff, whatever I desire, we're gonna make it here. Then that's a layered one, okay. Then we're gonna have a pillar again in the middle. Then we're gonna put up this one. But yeah, that's a cool thing. Walls are very visible progress. More so than the floor is. If you just use a lot of blocks on the floor and you use more and more blocks, it isn't really as apparent to the eye as much as when you are building the walls, which makes them a pretty satisfying part to build. Alright. Let's turn the rest of these Viridium into pillars, put them down, then place the glass in, and then we're gonna go to making the Shulker box machine. You turn into pillars, please. Thank you very much. There we go. A little pillar over here. Then a few blocks over there. And quite some blocks over here. And let's use up the rest of these pillars for now. So let's just throw in these glass panes. I opted for white glass because I think that will give the wall a little bit more contrast and look good in the greater scheme of things. While still being plenty transparent. And what I like about these big windows is I think they look good whether you put them in a texture pack or a mod that gives you connected glass textures or not. They look good with the square texture as well, with the connected texture, I think. Oh, I think it is. Hold on, where's the sun is the question. I don't know, maybe we can sleep and skip the rain. Let's see. We cannot. So it must be very much day. Alright. So once we place the glass in, we'll take a look at how this looks with shaders as well. I expect this to look pretty good. Come on. You didn't need to sway that far to the right. Alright, there, 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 so, like a so, like a so, like a so. I don't know why this vehicle goes so far swaying off to the sides right now. Alright, so let's take a look from over here. Okay, yeah, the rain is really annoying right now. Oopsie, I don't want to be within leaves. Alright. Well, let's enable shaders. It looks pretty awesome, but it's now getting dark. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sleep. I'm out of fuel. Okay, we need to return and get some fuel as well. But first, sleepy time. Then quadcopter time. Let's go back there again. Okay. Alright. And take another look. Looks pretty good, I would say. Yeah. This building is gonna be awesome. Alright, let's land the quadcopter, give it some fuel, and then let's start thinking about the Shulker box machine. Alright, land the vehicle over here. Alright, get you some fuel. I usually use furlocks for that purpose, so we're just gonna put 3 stacks in there. Now we got enough. Okay. Our apple tree has grown a little. Yay. Okay. So we got ourselves some stuff. Right. Thinky now. So I think let's build this from the end to the beginning, cause I think that makes most sense with this. So we want an output chest, that's the first thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm stupid. Go back in. No, you can't go back in. Okay, hold on. You go to the furnace. I want only 1, 2 for 1 box and 4 for 2 boxes. Right. Turn them into planks. Turn them into boxes. 2 chests. Then we start thinking about a location for this machine. I mean, obviously it's gonna be in the factory. That much is obvious. But do we put it on a new level on the factory, or does it still fit in this level? Yeah, there is, I think, enough space over here that we can use. Okay. So let's make use of this space then. Let's just take 2 random blocks and place our output chest on top of it. There we go, that's our output chest. Then this is gonna contain a bunch of Shulker shells as the end result of the machine. So let's see, let's remove this and put a normal Shulker box recipe in here. And there we have this recipe for the Shulker shells. And then we need chorus fruit. So next thing is we're gonna need a saw and a deployer and another saw and another deployer. Okay, we can do some stuff like that. So let's get our create tools. We could also try to loop these things around one pair of saw and deployer, but that's more complicated than just doing it this way. So we're gonna need shafts. We're not gonna need a millstone. We might need some of this again. We might need some of these. What else will we need? Oh yeah, and we're gonna need to manually, to automatically create some barrels as well, so we're gonna need to attach a barrel machine to the machine. So let's think about that for a second. A Shulker shell is created out of these barrels here. Okay, let's first of all put this recipe in here, because that's something that we're gonna need. Then we're gonna need barrels, and the question is, how can we make them? Well, a fisherman exists from a barrel. That's not what we need. Iron crafting is not viable. It's just gonna be automated crafting, I guess. Any planks, any slabs. So we're gonna need an auto miner, an auto crafter, a mechanical crafter. So I think we're gonna need a little bit more space, so maybe we actually move the machine up one level. That's gonna probably be necessary. I think we also have some create tools stuff still in here. I don't seem to have any more mechanical belts though, which we are also gonna need. No problem though, I think we should have some dried kelp somewhere. Okay, nowhere here. Hold on, we do have a dried kelp machine over there. So I guess let's just, if we take 2 dried kelp blocks, we should be able to make 3 times mechanical belts. Alright, so that's this machine over here. We take 1, 2, 3. We separate them into dried kelp. Okay, let's actually play with shaders off again for a second there, so that it's a little bit smoother, since we're not doing any beautiful building right now anyway, and just crafting stuff now. So these, we put them in this arrangement here. Somehow I have miscounted, but okay. Oh, probably because I took 3 dried kelp blocks instead of the ones that I wanted. But okay, let's just throw these away. What else? Okay, let's go up there again. Right. So basically, you go back in the inventory, and this also goes away. We go up 1 level and build our machine there, where we have a lot of space, and we're gonna build it kind of in this orientation. Okay, let's make our output just in this location here. Ta-ta, there we go. Then we bring... Oh, we're gonna need a lot more mechanical belts actually. Hold on, no, I don't need 2 lanes of this. I only need 1 lane of this, so we only need 1 mechanical belt over there. Then here is gonna be the saw and the deployer. Then here is gonna be another one of these. Then another saw, another deployer. Okay, hold on, actually we can probably get away with putting the saws and the deployers right next to each other. So this is where we're gonna need the barrels. So then we need a belt over here and an autocrafter over there. So we're gonna need, hold on, let me quickly just wireframe the autocrafters in. So this is gonna be like so, and they're gonna deploy to this band over here. Right. Then we're gonna need to deliver the slabs into here. We're gonna then have a tunnel that splits these up. Here is the machine that makes the slabs. So hold on, let's think for a second again. We're gonna need just any slab machine. So just a automated crafter, that's fine. We're gonna do this. I'm probably gonna use fur saplings, but that's besides the point. Because I use fur for all of my automated stuff right now, but tree doesn't matter. We could also just use this machine here actually and use a bench saw, a mechanical saw for the slabs. Okay, that's probably better, yeah. Right. Okay, and I am noticing one problem. I don't want to dig into the ground here. So let's actually make this one level higher. Right, like so. So that we can fill into the bottom section over here and into the top section like so. That was not what I wanted. Right. Right, like so. Here is gonna be the saw. Then this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be the saw. Then into the saw. Ooh, that's a lot of thinking right now. Let's put in some of these belts as well. We're also gonna need to figure out how to make them all spin in the correct direction is the next problem. But one thing after another. Okay. So here is a saw. Then we need something that fills it up. So let's get one dirt block here real quick. Move it again. If we do it like so. No, I don't think that will work in an angle. We're gonna do it like so. So that's where we're gonna have the planks. Right, so this is a little bit of a problem, because if we go to the sawing thing over here, this can just turn into a whole variety of things, which is a problem. Can we ponder this real quick? Yes, can process a variety of items, that is true. Yes. The field slot can specify. That's exactly what I want. Thank you. That's perfect. So here is planks. And unfortunately we cannot make this line downwards like so. We're gonna have to make a corner here. Okay. No. Actually just do this. So here is where the planks come out. How do planks happen? That's the next step. We can saw stripped wood into planks. So then we can probably do this. Yes, two saws behind each other. So then we're gonna make planks turn into slabs, stripped logs turn into planks. Then we're gonna here have logs turn into stripped logs. So, okay, hold on. This is wrong. This is what we do. Right. We also memorize this thing, and this thing we also get from sawing. Right, so any logs go into a saw here, they turn into stripped logs, they turn into, hold on, logs go into here, they turn into stripped logs here, they turn into planks here, they turn into slabs here. Okay, so now we just gotta make logs, and that's pretty easy. That just means we put so hold on. We just put a box here that these logs will flow out of, and we're gonna put a hopper botany pot on top of it. Alright, so that's all of the slabs done. Right. Then we're gonna need to feed these two lines with just slabs. So hold on. Let's get this recipe stored. Any planks? Any slabs? Oh no, it is sideways from what I expected. It is rotated in 90 degrees. So that's not quite it then. Okay. That's wrong then. What's wrong then? That makes it a little bit more complicated, cause we don't have to filter these in like that. Let's maybe take this in a few other steps here. So let's start by getting the crafters down. Okay. Crafters. So in here we have all our create stuff. Do we still have mechanical crafters? We have one. How do we make those again? We make them by putting crafting tables and brass casings and electron tubes together. So we're gonna need to stomp 8 more iron plates. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then let's go to the stomper, which is this thing over here, and drop all of the iron that we just took. Right, while that is going on, let me think about brass casings. Do we have any in here? No. Then let's just get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, and strip those, and then put some brass ingots on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why does it have to rain again? I have no need for rain. Alright, let's get 8 brass ingots. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brass ingots down, 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 down. Get rid of all of them again. Then we need 8 crafting benches. Okay, in the meantime our iron is probably done. Or something like that. No, not quite. Okay. 8 crafting benches. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means 8 times 4 logs, which means 8 times crafting table. And now you're surely done. Yes. Right, so back to the crafting table. And here, let's put all of these together. Right, then we have this, this, and this, I think. No? Move the items around. Like so. Oh, and we get 3 each. Oh well, let's have just a bunch of them in our backlog, I guess. Let's put these down and continue thinking. Oh no, there's the graphical glitches. then that means we have to switch to shaders, because they don't have them. They just have a little bit of lag. Alright, so instead of this cobblestone structure, we get... Let's put them facing this way. 2, 3, and we're gonna turn all of these around with their arrows and such. Okay, so then we're gonna need my toolbox, because it contains the wrench. There we go. You go here, you go here, and you go here. And I like it more if you go here, please. Then you don't go there, no. Alright. So, let's get some power. So if we look down here, the power goes up here through the stairs block there. So I think the power should come out here, right? Yeah, that's a little bit impractical. So I have a little idea. We do have our 6-way things. Now this is just a matter of translating power. We need transferring, if you like, this thing. Alright. Is it late enough already? No. Right. Let's go upstairs. Gonna put you over there. So we're gonna get this all the way back there. Turn it sideways again. Right. So I don't think it's a bad idea to power these from the bottom. Not like so. Like so. Then let's just do one of these and translate them in this direction. Right, that makes us autocraft stuff. Okay. We need now. Let's just do a test run of this and get a few planks and slabs. Okay, we can sleep now. That's good. I hate the rain. We should see a rainbow to our right now. Yeah, there we go. There's a rainbow. What did I want to do? I forgot. Yes, getting just some planks and slabs. Right. Let's get 12 of those. Turn them into planks. And turn them also into slabs. I forgot how to make slabs. Right, this is enough. Alright, and now let's just do the first test, whether the automatic mechanical crafter works the way we intend. So hold on, we can connect some inventories, but we can't connect some others. So this is separate, but this is connected. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that is correct. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on, that's the wrong machine. You go all together. Yeah. That wasn't the machine that I wanted to edit. Hold on. This is the one that I want to edit. So we got these three connected and these three connected, and then the top and the bottom are separate. So let's see what this makes. If I put some of them in here and some of them in here, then one of you in here and one of you in here, and then it crafts together a barrel and it drops it out here. Okay. So I think let's do something else for a second while we're here. And let's see whether this one spins in the correct direction. It does. Very good. It just looks like it spins in reverse, but it doesn't. Very good. Okay. So yeah. Well, the first problem that we need to solve is that it shall not drop out randomly on this gear, but it shall come out at the mechanical belt. So let's try using a... How does it work over here? Here it probably just puts it right down on the belt, so that's one solution, I suppose. But I want to see if I can make it work with a funnel. Forget about the charcoal. Alright. Okay, for this we're gonna need a few more iron plates, I suppose, and more dried kelp. So good that I just went away from the dried kelp reserves. Let's go back real quick. kelp. And get me 2 of these blocks to have in my inventory. You know what? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's get a few more. Like this. Alright. Then then we're gonna go get ourselves the iron. So let's just make a bunch of these funnels. We can use them every now and then. Right, so let's get 5 of these stomped. Nice throw. Away. I get so many of these anyway. The sandbox is full again. Let's just get the flint carried over. Nice. We love this machine. Alright, that's a 5 iron sheets. Then let's go in here. Oh yeah, we need we need the thing. We need some andesite alloy. Oh no, we don't. We just need 5 of these. Right. I think at least we don't need those. Right, the recipe goes like wrong. First of all, we need those. Then, oh, we need just brass ingots. My bad. Then we need brass ingots. Sure. Which we have over here. Two, three, four, 5. Now here we go. Put these in here, these there, and then those here, and we get 10 brass funnels. Alright. Let's see whether that makes our crafter work better. Okay, then back in here. Whoop, 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 whoop. It still just comes out here. Well, then we made those completely pointlessly. Sure. Whatever, I like pointlessness, especially when I do it. Okay, then let's do this a little bit different then. Up. No, wait, that can't work. However, what can work is if we drive them like so. No, that is incorrect. Right, like so. No, still not. Oh wait, no, that also doesn't work. Okay, what if... Huh. Now this is a little bit complicated, isn't it? Okay, let's do it like so then. So then we go this way, which powers you. Then we go this way, and you're stupid. Right. And here we go with that. And the mechanical belt. Right, and this still goes in the correct way. Very good. Then hop, hop you go. No, hop, hop you go. Away you go, away you go. Away you go. Alright. So let's try this again now. Slabs in there, planks in there, and there we go, it ends up over there. Huh, it even jumps over all of the things. That's good. Then let's test the next steps from there. We're gonna need deploy a bench saw, so let's make all of those things. Oh yeah, there's no door here, the door is over here. blessed by the apples today. Okay, deployers. So we need a few things. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I can only put one of them on there. Okay, interesting. So this depot is not free and available. So I have to craft 2 depots myself. So let's go to the search depot. We need 2 of those, so just NSL alloy and casing. Okay, easy. They're both in here. Wop wop, wop wop. Make them both into the thing. NSL casing, NSL alloy. There we go. 2 depots. That's what I want. Then I need a mech saw. That one. Alright, we need ourselves 3 stomped iron ingots and 1 normal iron ingot and 1 of these casings per thing. So we need 2 casings. Then we need 8 iron, 6 of them bonked. I do still have those iron on me, very nice. So, 6 bonked iron please. Come on, you are... Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Alright, in the meantime I will get myself a quick drink. Well, that couldn't have been timed any better. I'm back and the iron sheets are done. So let's get building that thing then. Let's get 2 of those. Very good. Now let's see if that works. Oh no, we can't see that yet because we don't have the deployers yet. And we need to fill them up first anyway. Alright. Let's just take this easy and step by step. So the recipe is first the deployer, then the saw. Okay, so so, come on. Right. Right, like so. I wonder if this works then, but we will see. Deployer. guess we just make this one longer. Now we need deployers. Hold on. So let's just quickly see whether that will just land in the depot, which it should. Good, well it does. Okay. Then we make ourselves some deployers. Okay. Good. So deployers, do I have them already in here? No, I don't. Depl. Then we favorite that. The deployer is just electron tube, brass hand and andesite casing. I have enough rose quartz, so we're just gonna stomp 2 more iron, and then we're gonna take care of the brass hand. The brass hand is, I think, a little bit more complicated. So, what do we have left in here? None of the things that we need. Okay. I'm almost out of rose quartz, which is something worth noting. Okay. 2 more of those. Okay, got the 2 iron sheets. Then we can make these things. We got 2 andesite casings in there. We'll take care of those in a minute. We need 2 andesite alloy and 4, that means 8 brass ingots. 2 of these, 8 brass ingots. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we need all of them to be sheets, brass sheets. Sure. So let's throw them in there. And you do your magic. Then we take 2 andesite casings. And we watch this thing go stompy stompy. Inventory is starting to be a mess again, but that is to be expected. Okay, now we should have 8 brass sheets, there we go. Then let's go to a crafting table and do all of the things. Whoop. So first of all, please the brass hand, 2 of which. Then the 2 deployers. Alright. Then back to the factory we go, and it's getting dark again. And one of these things I didn't want. Goodbye. Where are the deployers? Oh, in my hand. That's perfect. Then we just gotta power them. I could just use a lot of gears. How do I power these? Well, I guess it's just gonna be with mechanical belts and shafts, I suppose. Because I don't have that many gears. Like so. Then one in the middle here. Like so. And we're gonna need another mechanical belt, actually. But let's... Oh, there's a torch, that's why it doesn't work. Let's get rid of this one for now. And put it right here. There we go. Actually, so it needs to go in the opposite direction of the bend, is what I saw. Right. So, now let's see, do I happen to have any chorus fruits at home? Because we're gonna need them now. Here are none in there. Okay, let's see if we have any in here. I don't think so though. Then I guess we're gonna have to get ourselves some. Alright. In that case... In that case, let's go a little bit of adventuring. However, let's put some stuff back that we don't need. this, 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 this. Okay, and then we're gonna get our toolbox just in case. And we're gonna take the quadcopter with us. So, okay. It's time again to refresh the shader. So, toolbox is upstairs. Good. Okay. Then let's go get the quadcopter, easy peasy. Quadcopter is up there. Alright. Then let's go on a journey. So there should now be a train to the end portal. That's just my personal train. I guess it's gonna be the yellow line. No, okay. Okay. Then it's one of these over there. Purple line, nice, okay. We need the purple line. That's... yeah. Platform SA. South would be in this direction. Okay. Don't do what I'm doing, kids. Don't run over the railways. Exactly that would happen then. I think that's the one. That's the one for me. Alright, that's the train to the end portal, I think. Okay, we're underwater. Yeah, this is definitely taking us to the portal. Nice. So I think we are at some station right now. Or we're waiting for something. But yeah, this train is awesome. Oh yeah, this is now the station. be 700 meters to the portal room. Only 300 meters to go. Yeah, by the way, the end portal room is something that we will soon do as a building project as well. So we gotta decorate the end portal room and all that kind of stuff. Alright, this should be the elevator then to... hold on, what's that stationary contraption? Oh, that's so cool. It's like a little end portal. Alright, we go to end portal, please. How does this work? Am I too stupid to figure this out? Okay. 0, that is train station. That's where we are. I want to go to the end portal, please. Okay, train station again. Okay. Hold on, this is not an elevator, is it? This is... I'm pretty sure this is somehow the elevator to the end. And I'm not sure how it works. Yeah, there is something down there. Okay, and the whole thing will move, I guess. Yes. Well, okay. And for train station, that's where we are, right? So nothing happens. Good. And portal. What happens now? Nothing. Nothing happens. I think someone, whoever, I think when my brother built this, he probably forgot to glue something or glued something too much and it doesn't work, is my suspicion, because this doesn't work right now. That's a steel pillar, I'm not gonna break that, I guess. Yeah, that's a contraption. The whole room here is a contraption. From this point on. I got an idea though. Now we break this thing again. We eat for a second. And we hop in. Right. Okay. That's very nice, thank you. That was totally fair. Portal, teleport to waypoint. The fuck. So this time please don't spawn me into the void. That would be lovely. Thank you. Okay. You shut the fuck up. I don't need any of that stuff, please. Thank you. So we got some chorus fruits over there, and I'm not gonna spend a long time here. Let's just get over there and get that stuff done. Oh, Endermen have Santa hats, how cute. So in the next few streams we might do the end portal next. I'm just gonna collect a few of these chorus fruits right now. I mean, A-game makes sense that it's there. What are you? A crystal from End's Phantasm. You look so cute. Hold on. Okay, there are large crystals over there. I just gotta check them out real quick. And different kinds of saplings. I do have space for that. So these are, hold on. These are starflowers. Vivid nihilium. Okay, hold on. I can collect you, that's great. Then I'm gonna switch to the Precision X real quick. Because I want some of you for growing my plants, I think. Okay, I want these as well, so let me also get myself some shears, because I'm pretty sure these will be only collected with shears. What don't I need anymore? I don't need these drawers. Right. Actually, let me put the drawers in here. Just... oh, you can't put drawers in shulker boxes, I guess. Then let's put the quartz and the range in. Alright. Alright, so we're definitely gonna come back here, but let's see what this does. Crystal shard. Okay, you can make them out of the end phantasm flowers. You can turn them into crystal blocks, or crystal glass, or crystal tiles. Okay. It's also a GI material with a lot of durability, that's cool. And you can also make tools out of it. How do you make them? Out of crystal blocks, okay. What's with the void crystal blocks? That's for void crystal glass. Has little durability, makes unstable. So not a very good GI material. Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay. I want to check out all of these things. A. Okay, you can make them out of the bone meal recipe. That's plant 151. And you can craft them into a gate pearl and a goddess statue, because this is just a flower. So you cannot grow them in the greenhouse. Interesting to know. You can also mix them in here because they're flowers. Okay, makes sense. And they give you compost. So these can also be obtained by multiplying them. And you can craft sacred sarvi, which is any flowers, okay? And small flowers. Tree fertilizer. And this is probably a waste of this flower if we do any of those things. So we gotta only reproduce them with bone meal is the thing. Okay. Vivid nihilium is good for nothing. Okay, also good to know. Okay. So I guess these aren't really all that useful, but I am gonna quickly get myself some of these saplings. These are Primlots from Ants Phantasm. Okay. Oh, these are the ones that my brother uses all the time. Alright, hold on. Then let's see about Preem. Yeah, that's a wood type, that makes sense. There's a Preem hedge, that looks good. But I want to see about the sapling. So you can grow it in the botany pot, that's cool. Okay. Then let's get ourselves one of these. Right here we're gonna plant one of the saplings. Alright, good to know that that kind of stuff exists here. Then let's just quickly check out this thing. I think it's just obsidian and crying obsidian, and there's something in there, probably looted already. Yeah, that's just obsidian and crying obsidian. These things are very cute. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. The end is very interesting to look at for sure. But we're gonna go back now. We're gonna definitely have an end adventure later. At some point. That is the wrong direction. This direction we need to go. There's quite a few things to check out in here. And we still didn't, you know, kill the Ender Dragon. Only my brother did that. And we didn't revive and kill it yet. So that's still something that I need to do. Oh, that's also interesting. First of all, there's something here that I want to look at. There's like a little tiny bit of like a temple just in the air or something like that. I think that's a Star Wars thing, yeah. Yeah, wall block cut, and then, yeah, a Star Wars thing that failed to spawn. Okay, there's also some hanging crystals over there. But we wanna go to our portal. I think it was this. Oh yeah, no, it only spawns you, it doesn't give you a way to go back, right? We're just gonna spawn proof this a little bit. Okay, let's make a waypoint here. Spawning area. Let's make it light purple, confirm. Okay. There are blocks in the sky. Hold on, I need to look at those. I totally didn't notice because of the sky. That's a fallen star. Interesting. They look very cool. Oh yeah, I know how to get back home. I just need to die. Alright. Give me a second then. Goodbye! What a nice place. Nice, we respawn and we are safely back home. And it rains. Right, which means that we now finally... Okay, we first need to get rid of some stuff out of our inventory first things first. Let me eat real quick. So... let's get the preem logs in here. Let's get the preem sapling, I mean, and let's get... Okay, it doesn't matter, let's just put you down here. We don't need an egg, thank you. I'm gonna put down the quadcopter again and put in the fuel. Right. Let's continue with building the machine. So what I just want to do right now is take some of these chorus fruits . Upstairs. Mind if I do. And put some of these into each of these hands. Yes, like so. And like so. And then we try and make another barrel happen. So let's put you down here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. And then it doesn't move on. Okay, so we need to separate these then. Okay, that was also a fail. That was a complete fail, actually. Okay, so let's just throw this away. Right. How about we use 2 mechanical arms? Because that's a little bit space saving, I think. Mech arm. Where it is? There it is. Let's remember this real quick. So we need these things. Ah, that's possible. Okay, I see how it is. Yeah, I will do that then I don't need mechanical arms at all. That's easier then. By the way, since you're already here, the elevator to the end portal doesn't work. Yes, I did that. I know how elevator controls work. Alright, so let's get this fixed then. Right. Right, let's get rid of this thing. Get rid of this thing. Then let's... Where are my bench saws? There they are, mechanical saws, yeah. I want more of these. Put this here. Are you silly? You fool. Okay. I guess I'm gonna need my wrench again. Right. Oh no, that is actually the wrong place. You go here. Why does it keep doing this? Right, no, that is wrong. No, 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 no. So, yes, like so. Alright. Now, let's get these things in here. Sorry to say, but you need to go the other way, like so. Then you go like so, and you go like so. Okay, let me quickly just get myself two of those and put an actual workbench here. Right, let's put you there. Alright, I want more of these. Alright. We want a... it didn't work for me. So, like this, and then another belt. Right, these should now work. Okay. So now... first of all, that's still wrong. And also these are not powered. Alright, well, that's something that we still need to fix. Then more shafts. On. Then I guess like so. This one away. This one here, this one here, then this one here. I said middle mouse click, you fool. I'm still saying it. Okay, hold on, I don't. Yeah, I do have more. The fuck you on about? Right, now get these 3 connected. Here, right, then we stand here and drop our 3 barrels. Yes. So you're telling me I didn't need to reverse that whole thing. So I could have just done this. if it just disappears. I can just get it back again, that's fine. Oh, there it is. Never mind then. There we go, delete it again. Okay. Alright. Alright, so this path should lead us to victory. Alright, let's try it again. Yes, finally. Okay. Okay, we got a working system for turning the thing into the thing. So then we have two things missing now. First of all, we need botany hopper botany pots for these deployers. That's one thing that we need. Then we need the wood distribution stuff. And I think we're just gonna do that with mechanical arms, cause it's just way too complicated with different mechanical belts. Okay, but we successfully got the part done that turns wood into Shulker shell, basically. That's good. We're gonna take a little screenshot of that. It's still in progress, of course. But we might just leave it at that for now and continue tomorrow or something like that. Instead, I'm just gonna take a real quick look at the Viridian production. So let's check. Ah, well, it did quite a few things here. So let's close this stream by taking care of a bit more building progress on the glass, on the greenhouse. Take all of those, and we're gonna take like this many of those and see whether that works out in the end. Okay, I'm again hungry. Ba 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 ba. Okay, we can have 5 more of these. Give me 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stone essence and copper essence. And do this. Voila. Let's do half. Half of them we turn into half of them we turn into layered viridium. Got it. Then let's go back to the greenhouse. Put these few blocks down. The entrance is gonna be on this side here, on this elongated rectangle. It's gonna be approximately here somewhere. Yeah. The interior I don't quite know about yet how it's gonna play out. Let's see, but first let me get my quadcopter back. Wrong direction, where is it? There it is. I basically went everywhere but the correct direction. Equal height. That's one too high, isn't it? Yep, it is. It sure is. We have more pillar, of course. We do all of the pillars and then all of the... Whoops, that's the wrong one. Why did it not go in my... Oh, it went into the quadrocopter, of course. Of course it did. Right now it's just layered viridium. some in these corners here. But no worries, no worries. It shall all be done. Then over here, that's the long ones without any ornaments. So this, then we get some ornaments in this time, but first we need the glass. Okay, so let's get the glass blocks down here. Alright, one more, then whoop, 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 and whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, seems like we're running out of glass. So we gotta trick around a little bit here. Whoop. Then we got these short ones again, and this time with glass panes, so we still have those. No, you were wrong. Don't have any glass blocks for these, so let's leave them out for now. You know, I just said I would leave this out, but I can't. I need to know how this will look. So let's do the corners as well. Alright. Now we only got 5 of those left. Let's put them down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put down some more of these glass panes over here. And I think we're gonna leave it at that for today. Yeah. In this case, let me just quickly eat something, go to sleep in here. But yeah, this is already pretty cool. You see already the god rays coming through the structure. It's pretty cool. Okay. Let's maybe just take a finishing screenshot. And we're gonna stand right here, I think. Maybe this isn't the best perspective right now though. Maybe let's fly over to the factory. Nice, and now let's take a... Oops, accidentally hit F3 I guess. Now let's take a quick map export as well. No, it still looks pretty much the same even though it has changed. But yeah, I like how this building looks. It's very cool, very cool. Okay, let's leave it at this. Thank you for joining and see you next time. Bye bye.